I don't have an intro meme for this one. I think that should tell you what kind of video this is going to be. So here's the thing. It's 3 a.m. on Friday, February 17th, 2023. I'm wide awake because I have a sleep schedule that would make Batman blush. I finished The Last of Us Part 2 approximately 24 hours ago, and I cannot get these words out of my head.
I was supposed to die in that hospital. My life would have fucking mattered.
I have a much longer and more interesting project in the works regarding the Last of Us duology, but for now, I need to get this out of my head. So don't consider this like any of my other videos, because even though this has as much care put into it as everything else I've ever done, this video isn't for an audience necessarily. This video is almost like a video diary in a way. My brain feels sick from The Last of Us Part 2, lovesick in a lot of ways, and if I don't word vomit, I'm gonna stay sick. This video is for me, and in a way, for a past me. You'll see what I mean. Full spoilers, by the way. I didn't get The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, sorry. I got it. I understood the point of the game. A story about vengeance and forgiveness, drawing parallels between Abby, Ellie, and Joel. All that. I got it all. I understood the game. I didn't understand why everyone I've seen talk about it described it as this miserable and depressing experience overall. The game was brutal, sure. I've experienced worse. The story was disturbing, yeah. I've been more disturbed. So the same way I didn't get why Part 1 was regarded as one of the greatest games of all time, I didn't get why the sequel was regarded as one of the most emotionally affecting, until I hit that scene.
If somehow the Lord gave me a second chance at that moment, I would do it all over again.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever forgive you for that. But I would like to try.
And on that line, something inside of me snapped. Like, this was my fucking Gohan moment, I swear. Everything came into a clear, sharp focus, and while I think this game has about 15 million disgustingly beautiful things going on, I just need to focus on life. Obviously, this game starts with just about the easiest way to anger your player base, the death of the previous game's main character. The interesting thing is how the game forces you to sit with one character you already care about and watch with her as another character you care about is murdered, and not in a fun way either. It's brutal, it's embarrassing, it's deserved. But it forces you to experience that array of emotions, to fester with them for the first third of the game as you spread that brutality, and then asks you to empathize with the cause of your and Ellie's pain. It shows you why Abby needed this, or at least why she thought she needed this, and how she finds comfort in not taking a life, but in saving it. Both of these characters are in an endless cycle of violence, of vengeance, and all it's doing is stripping them down to their factory parts until they are both able to just let go, to empathize, to forgive. I understand that people felt that the game was just a shallow indictment of the mentality that hurt people, and I'm asking you to understand that it isn't that. What the game is trying to say is that hurt people, but we can only live as our best selves if hurt people help people. Another aspect that's criticized is the overuse of violence in a story condemning violence, and I completely understand and mostly agree with that statement. In a story about why hurt people help people, it would have been nice to have just one of those moments of empathy for a stranger as Ellie. Over a lifetime, there are only 4 or 5 moments that really matter. Moments where you're offered a choice, to make a sacrifice, conquer a flaw, save a friend, spare an enemy. But unfortunately, this is a game that by design can't have these moments, not until the very end. But what it lacks in moments of potential empathy, it somewhat makes up for in its implications. Whether you want to see it or not, fans all agree upon the same question. Where would The Last of Us Part 3 even be able to go from here? And I think that there are plenty of ideas that work, but what's interesting is how, upon finishing the first game, That question immediately popped into my head about the second. A complete story through and through, but the story of two people did not exist in a vacuum. And one act of violence begot another. It's no mistake that the NPCs react to the deaths of their cohorts by calling out their names. These are no longer just soldiers or cultists who stand in your way, but people. People like Abby's father. Where could The Last of Us Part 3 go? I don't know. But I know that along the way to kill Abby, Ellie killed Dana, Skylar, Casey, Emma, Mel, Owen, Nora, and so many more. In the quest to kill Abby, you made 1,000,000 Abbies.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
I think I needed Ellie. Ask any of my friends. I fought tooth and nail not to play these games for the longest time, but I think I needed them. I needed her. I've been thinking about this ending a lot because I've been there. Ellie's need to feed into all of her negative emotions, her drive for revenge, it took everything. Joel's death and her response to it got Jesse killed, made Tommy an angry asshole, and pushed away Dina. The consequence of all of Ellie's actions brought her to her worst fears.
What are you scared of?
Let's see. Scorpions are pretty creepy. Being by myself. I'm scared of ending up alone.
The scars of her trauma and her mistakes make it impossible to fully be who she used to be, to return to what she had. Alone. Completely and utterly alone. Ellie remembers the last time that she saw Joel, the last conversation she had with him. And again, I am back in this moment.
I was supposed to die in that hospital. My life would have fucking mattered.
I don't think that the game agrees or disagrees with this feeling because emotions aren't fact. But this line from this character I've grown to love so much absolutely decimated me because I know what that's like. You attach value to those around you, and when they leave, part of you leaves too. And when all you know is the loss, you wait on your opportunity to leave too. But then that thought enters your head. If I mattered, they would still be here. Ellie says she wanted her life to matter, but she does not realize that what she's asking for is for her death to matter, and that's not the same thing. I choose to believe that our impact on others, no matter how small, if it was good, then it mattered. People leaving is not an indication of that being untrue, and your death's not going to make your life matter. Your continued life, the good you can bring into this world, is what will make your life matter. I know the hurt, but I know that hurt people can still help people. Ellie is the most hurt, and she helped me. So please, I don't know who needs to hear it, but take it from one more hurt person. Your life has value. Your life has meaning. And I am begging you to understand that if it's the best life that you can possibly live right now, then your life matters.